Oh man, finally the day. Guys, we've had this car here for a while and we've had a couple different holdups, but now we are finally ready to dyno this thing. So we're gonna dyno this thing a little bit later today, not in this video, but you guys will have to check that video out, as well as the build and all the stuff that we're going through on this. Bear in mind, this is the baddest bet that has ever been made up until this point. 2019 ZR1, and it is an absolute monster. Got so many cool features. This car ran 10.3 at 133 bone stock. All right, well anyway, today we got a whole bunch of stuff that we got to do on the smart car. Well, hold on just a second here before we get going on the video here. If you guys have been watching for a while, you know about my son, Liam the Little Savage. He's got a channel that you guys got to check out. This guy is 9 years old. This boy is ripping a car, learning how to drift, and driving it on a racetrack, and doing all sorts of advanced and stunt driving. Check that out. Here's a little clip. Also, if you guys have not yet subscribed, hit that subscribe button and hit the bell for turning on some notifications for when we drop a video. If you guys haven't seen our Instagram, also check that out as well. We got a lot of stuff that sometimes will either leak out a little bit before the video, or it's just exclusive stuff like this. So let's get on with the video.
Spraying on some clear coat here.
Clear coat or powder coat?
Clear coat, powder coat, clear coat. Got it on Amazon. Looking pretty good. Hard to tell what I already hit with the clear. Hopefully we didn't miss any spots with the silver. Probably pretty cool, right?
A rattle can, it's pretty close. All right, so we're trying to get the fuel system in, and we've got this thing all painted up. It looks just night and day difference. So Brennan painted our cave member right here, and this is going back in. There's a ton of little detail work and a lot of tidying up stuff of what we got to do. So on the turbo, when we're going to be running the turbo drain, so imagine the block was right there, this was sitting here, turbo was rubbing right along this guy, and our gate would be right about here. So what we're going to do is chop that down, pinch it, weld it. A couple things we have to tackle. George just put this guy in here, so this should be for our fuel pressure. Going to be able to get our boost reference, and George is going to be putting in the fuel tank. We got to make some final trimming on our charge pipe. If you remember, how far did we bury that thing in there? Wasn't it like a little bit, maybe?
I don't even know. It was in there though.
Yeah.
So I think we'll kind of have to mock it up. Just put one bolt in the intake manifold. Yeah. Because this has to come off for our intercooler to go on.
Right.
So we'll make sure we get that cut perfectly before we permanently mount that. So.
Back to that chronological order, because it is a bit strategic to get this thing in and out of there. This is that we're trying to get that cut so that it's pretty darn close to flush, but not inhibiting the throttle blade actually from opening. That would not be good.
Yeah. And only 2 couplers.
2 couplers. Definitely
awesome.
The first time I've ever been around anything like that. That very, very complex, and I'm definitely proud that we did it, because it looks good.
Good stuff.
Oh, and of course you gotta clean up my booger welds on the rest of the intercooler. Yeah. Thanks, buddy. All right, so Laz is back on pedals.
Had a bunch of stuff left loose because we had to pause on it for a little while.
You're kind of going back and forth and having to stop on one thing, go full on the next. So this is kind of like where we had to space that and dogleg it in a way.
Yeah, we had to move that one over, and this one had to be moved over, and the pedals got to be moved over on the inside, which we got to reinforce that still.
Gotcha.
This plate will get welded on. We're going to weld a mount on here and then run a leg down to the suspension here, so you have a good firm pivot point to press your leg on when you're hitting the brakes.
Fuel tank is in. We had to make a relief right here to be able to have our hoses go through that way. Now, George, as we spoke a little earlier, we were going to be using the factory supply as our return.
Yep.
And then we're going to have our supply going to the regulator. So then we got to figure out exactly the routing and where this is all going to go, but we're kind of saying somewhere in this vicinity right here. We also got to have our firewall, so that's something that we've got to think about as well. When we put the supply in the hat, it was sticking up. As you can see, that thing's sticking up probably about an inch or so there, so we couldn't be able to get that in exactly right, but I'm totally fine with the service hat. small little snag here right now. Trying to get this guy to run back. We can modify that if we need to, which it looks like we're gonna need to. Okay, let's go real quick here and see what that's gonna be.
Well, this is where I cut it all out, so that's
Okay.
where it was. But I don't think it hinders. It's really good up here. So it's gonna be like right in this neighborhood.
This might be in the way of that, because that's gonna go.
Oh yeah. Well, this tube's kind of crushed because we're twisting it.
Yeah, if we have some sort of soft thing in between there, that'd be a
I've
no
like
problem.
one of those steel reinforcements. So I
Yeah.
might bring that in.
All right, one other thing that we got to tackle today is trying to get the blow-off valve in there. We do not have a provision for it on our intercooler piping, but I did just go next door to go get one from Luke, and he's got one. Dude, that looks so good. It really just about matches the paint of the car, and I couldn't be happier with that. So right now, guys, we are recycling an Uncle Sam seat, and we just got another one over there. That guy's gonna make his home right here. So we got our submarine belt, so we're gonna be able to have our 5-point harnesses from Race Quip. Ben knocked all that out. Guys, right now it's really hard to find materials, and Ben made this all up, and it took him a ton of time. But again, he adapted and overcame. Awesome ingenuity. I like that solution a lot better than what I was going to solve it like, because I've done that before and I've pinched it and welded it.
It looks weird.
It doesn't look good.
And this
It's
is
like
gonna
a
be
toothpaste,
It's
you
gonna
know?
be right next to the turbo too, so people are gonna be looking at it. I just want to make sure it's not.
All right, that's much more classy than what I would have done. So the other day when I was welding up the intercooler and I didn't have an adult around, I was messing around with the wrong stick and I was getting so frustrated, and then dude changed the stick. All the difference in the world. No, I wasn't using stainless. I was using this big honking guy right here.
Yeah.
And then when I used the little one, I was like, oh, all the difference in the world. I was
Yeah.
like, I can actually lay a decent beat. The PFI guys and the Boosted Boys are down at the track today. I'm so jealous. We're getting this thing completely ready for them tomorrow. Dude, this thing looks so good. Really like that black K-member.
What about the silver and the blue?
Silver and the blue. Can't wait to have that off, man. Get the turbo manifold in there and get everything. Oof. A little bit of in a bind. Oh, you know what though, man? It's the fuel. All the fuel stuff. That's what's in the way.
I think it's
Would
just
it be-
that bolt up there that didn't get lined up, and we're trying to let the car down and it binded.
Okay. Well, I was gonna say, would there be a problem running that on the inside of that channel that we got right there?
You had the fender up here, right? You and Ben?
Yeah, but we didn't have anything to do with that. I think either which way we're gonna have to tweak that thing. Side's looking good right now.
Getting closer.
It needs to like,
Turn clockwise.
Huh.
but then pushing the whole.
Is that all right? Nice. All right, so back down.
Yeah.
Ready?
Yeah.
All right, coming down.
All right, I'm on the jack now. So hold on a second.
Okay. So we got our fuel lines run right there, and that's going to be pretty sweet. George has got that mount right there. So yeah, right now the glaring problem is this guy right here.
Yeah, filler neck.
We might have to remove the wheel for the moment. All right, so we pull the wheel off so that we can get the filler neck situated, because the thing was really backing in really hard to the back of the tire right there. If we cut it at the right place, we should be able to tweak it so that it'll still go into the same spot. We had a bolt in the way, so it was just like threaded on the thing. So yeah. This guy down in there.
Not enough room there, I think. So this thing, was he using both these holes?
Yeah.
Has to tilt forward and then
So we got this boss right here, the way that Ben had made that. Yeah, if you shove that up, we should be able to. The point is that it, instead of we're trying to put it in kind of like this, if we have to put it in straight up like that, it might be that tight. No, I'm just saying I can get a, not a floor jack, but some jack stands, like Jimmy.
I think lifting up in the back of this might pitch this whole thing forward again.
Early on.
It might just pop. It is close. There you go. Hell yeah. I did not think you were gonna have that with a solid mount.
Is there a spacer in there?
There is a spacer on the backside one, yeah. That's what you were caught up on. One step closer.
You're a lot closer now than you were 10 minutes ago.
Heck yeah. Getting close. But at the moment, I'm kind of infatuated with trying to get this guy to work. This thing lays out the same way. Perhaps we could cut it, say right there, and just kind of tweak her.
We could do that.
And
What
hopefully it
about-
could go
Do we
back
have
to what it
any
needs to
fuel hose? We could just extend that flexible fuel side.
be. I don't know. That is,
Just a couple hose clamps.
how about some radiator hose?
Did you get that wheel back on that side, Sam?
Yeah, if we get this out of the way.
We just got to reposition the
Actually, I think we can get it out of the way now. We got all the K-member bolted up nice and tight. And you made my welds look a lot better.
I just passed a couple holes. No big deal.
So I see George hit all this with a Scotch-Brite. It looks so much better.
Yeah, we're cleaning it up nice. And I hit this with a little flap wheel that we had to clean up the aluminum.
Yeah.
But we'll hit it all the Scotch-Brite at the end, and then probably some, I think even some real fine grit sandpaper.
The thing that's always got me about that intercooler is that probably that one rust spot. Right there. That one.
Yeah, we can probably take care of that.
Ben's going to put the beads on the outlet and the inlet right there. Your beads are nice. Okay, so Ben gave me a little tip here. He was like, hey, I was trying to put mine on the edge, and you could see what happened right there, and you were saying...
Yeah, just so people know, what we're doing is just creating a little flange for the coupler not to blow off, so the hose clamp can't go past that point. You can bead roll them and stuff, but this is quick and easy, and it's going to definitely do the job. But yeah, you don't want to get too close to the edge, because it'll just, with aluminum, it's very hard to tell because aluminum gets really hot and you can't even see it. It'll just go and just
it just
puke
like
out on you.
shriveled, like that. So
And you get all upset because
I was a little upset. Now there is a little trick of what you can do had you guys not been a welder. Let's see if I can find it here real quick in Laz's toolbox. This guy right here. Take this guy and we squeeze him like this all the way around. We can make a bead. So if you guys do not weld aluminum or don't have a welder or don't have a fabricator such as Ben,
neat trick. I didn't know that.
and I did this for years when I didn't weld aluminum or anything like that. So
You learn something new every day.
but neat little trick, definitely helps out. You're so much more finesse than me, but I mean, you do it all day, so.
Yeah, it takes a lot of practice.
As they say, practice makes perfect, yeah. It would have been a little while since I picked the thing up, but I'm happy I did what I did.
Yeah, man, it's together. Big head start. Now we got to mount the blow off valve somewhere.
Yeah, you know, we're just thinking about it, and I think that right here could be a safe spot, but we're gonna go mock this thing up. Let's get this thing down and find out exactly where. The main problem with the last part was the fact that bars weren't in when we had that, so let's change things. Now, same thing here. Now that we have those X bar right there, nothing wants to go back in the same way, but it looks pretty sweet. So we'll have to remove the turbo in order to get this thing on, and we'll be back in business. so we thought we were going to be able to get it in one fail swoop, but unfortunately no.
Yeah, we forgot we didn't have the rear X in there before.
Yeah. Game
it was
changer.
hard to get out even with that, so this is probably better. And
Game
then-
changer right there.
Well, then we can mount the blow-off valve and take it off and weld it out of the, you know what I mean? So it's fine. Everything's cool. Oh my goodness.
All right, so
Oh, that was close, huh?
yeah, look at that, dude. Really, really tight.
Yeah, lucky.
Dude, it looks so freaking good. It looks so good.
Yes.
It's crazy, man.
Yeah, I probably should have tested that for it.
Well, I think you did have it in there. I think we did have it in there because I remember this thing sticking out a bit. It does change a little bit right here. So now it's pretty much, we had talked about it. This is gonna go, but now it's virtually required. It's really,
Yep. We'll just do a solid mount. That shouldn't be too hard to make. I did the front one, which gave us the clearance on the front. So, and it'll look way better too. This is just, it's quite the motor mount. I didn't realize that these have vacuum lines on the bottom of them.
yeah, that just seems
So it's
really
like this
weird to
whole
me.
complicated thing.
Vacuum, we just want boost.
Yeah, exactly. We need vacuum.
All right, so over here, Airwolf Ben, we're sitting here trying to figure out how to do the drain. We'd kicked around the idea of going down through over that way, but this so our drain returns right in between where our motor mount is right there. You think we could use these bosses for an Adele clamp? Or-
Yeah. I mean, we'll have to drill out the clamp, but yeah, we can use that.
I mean, it's almost like, you know, how you would set up your gutter or something in a way. You know, it's like you gotta have a given amount of run over your drop because you don't want to be having that backup in any way, shape, or form. That has to be able to drain a certain way. So other things are coming together pretty good. I got our alternator in here and mounted. This is totally weird and alien to me in the fact that we have a PCV port over here. That is really weird to me, but we have got to be able to get this guy to vent to atmosphere somewhere unrestricted. And this right here is going to go to our fuel pressure regulator, which is right there. Super nice, clean, simple. And we're going to have this guy going to our blow-off valve, which is going to be on that side. So everything is really shaping up better than, you know, what we had anticipated. So, all right, we just got to tighten that guy in, and dude, it is so shaping up. It is really, really looking good.
Just the valve cover and that exhaust is gonna be.
Can't wait, dude. I really, 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 I've been dreaming of building this exhaust. So we got an idea what we want to run, and I can't wait to show you guys what we're going to come up with here. This is getting busy up in here. Look at all the tubing, man. That is so, so sick.
What is that?
It's all silver and beautiful and pretty, and
Like a 10 and a 14.
all right, so let's just wash this out. This was so darn filthy, and guys, we definitely appreciate your comments about cleaning that out, because most definitely this was pretty darn ugly up inside there. I think this particular piece we had sitting on the shelf for maybe like 3 years or so, but everything else, all our cuttings and shavings were new, nice fresh stuff from Motion Raceworks, which again, we appreciate their support because they have such awesome products. All right, so, and then next I'll grab the throttle body, which is right down underneath you there, Ben. Better.
So what we do is just kind of hold that and mark it. Just hold that there.
So when we welded this guy up, we had that pipe resting inside the throttle body, knowing that we were going to have to cut it. And in the end, Ben, you're going to put a bead on it. It's, I think Brent was highly recommending, hey, if you got something on a bend, you really need to put a bead all the way around it so that the coupler doesn't blow off. You got a nice tight little coupler that's going to go just straight from the throttle body to that. I'm trying to think of all the stupid little things that might miss. Cool.
Then the only thing we'll have to weld is this right here.
Yep.
Just get that a little better fitment.
And we got more here too. So this guy
Can come out.
yeah,
we
it can
need to
come
go-
out probably half an inch or so. I think it would look real nice. T-bolt on that, and we'll be ready to rip. Well guys, I hope you enjoyed that, and despite the fact that it's getting very, very difficult in order to get materials, we are gonna make this smart car happen. We're gonna have this thing fired up before you know it. It has been an awesome ride, and I am so stoked that you guys are digging what we're doing. This is probably my favorite project ever, and I am a dyed-in-the-wool domestic GM V8 guy, but this is going to be nasty. All right, before I leave you, I got 2 more songs for you. I hope you guys can check this out. That's Transplants, Diamonds and Guns, and then there's Hills X Hills, covering a Tom Petty, Learning to Fly. And I think that's probably what we're gonna end up doing with this smart car. Guys, let's go see what's going on with the puppies.
Hey, sweet girls.
Stop it! Who are you?
Someone attacking you, Liam? Nice, sweet boy. Come on, guys. You can tell that face a mile away. You can tell that face a mile away. You attacking me?